show you how to set up a control surface like LaunchPad in Ableton going through an iConnectivity interface. This is very handy for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people have asked about it, so hopefully this helps you out. So I have my Novation LaunchPad, which I'm going to plug in here, and then I'm going to connect the other end into my Mio XL, which is what I'm going to use today to show you this. But this is true for every iConnectivity interface, so it's the same process. So what we're going to want to do is you're going to need Oracle for X series. You can download that from our website, iConnectivity.com/downloads. All right, so we have that opened, and now let's go to the USB host reservation. And the first thing we need to do is we need to take the LaunchPad and reserve it into a host port. The host ports aren't numbered, so it doesn't matter which host port you plug it into if you have multiple, like on the Mio X series. So you actually have to reserve them into specific host slots, and that's how your computer will see them. So we're going to go to USB host reservation, and you can kind of see that it's shown port 1 right here, which is actually what my Novation LaunchPad shows as its input name. Most devices will show a lot nicer, but I'm just going to blame it on this being an older LaunchPad that it doesn't show up the proper name. And all connected devices will show up in this like little list section right here, but you have to reserve them. You have to actually go over to the right side here and click on these drop downs where they say none currently, and we're going to want to reserve it and select it into a slot. So for my purposes, I just have the LaunchPad, so I'm going to select port 1 into host 1, HST1, you can see on the left hand side. And that's all we're going to do in here. By the default routing on almost every interface, I think actually every interface that iConnectivity has, you're going to have automatic routing. Now, if you've modified your routing, this could change. You can feel free to contact us and we can help you out with that. But in most cases, you're going to have automatic connection of host 1 into your computer or your software. So I'm going to close out Oracle X, and I'm going to go into Ableton Live 11. Note that this is going to be the same process for Ableton 10 and Ableton 9. It doesn't matter which version you're on. First thing we want to do is go to preferences. So Command comma or Control comma, I believe, on the on your Windows device, or you can go up to Live and then go to Preferences. All right. So what we're going to want to do is go to Link Tempo MIDI. This may be called MIDI Link on other versions, previous versions before 11. So the main thing we're going to be looking at here is your control surface input and output, this kind of like MIDI section on the top here. This might actually be up a little higher on previous versions as well. So what we want to do is we want to select our control surface. So in my case, you can see there's a lot of options here. So all these devices you'll want to actually select this way. I'm going to go down to the LaunchPad. I just have the original one like I said earlier. Our input, remember we saved it into host 1, so I got to go to my Mio XL and host 1. So we're going to select that as the input, and then on the output we're also going to do the same thing. Mio XL, host 1. And you can already see kind of in the background here that we have a red square around, which means that we're controlling Ableton Live. We also do want to go down to the bottom section under the MIDI ports and actually make sure that we have control of everything that we need. So you can see now that it's renamed. You can see host 2 here, and this would actually be host 1 on the Mio XL. The name has been changed to LaunchPad input because we've selected as a control surface up here. So we're going to want the track and the remote. The remote actually lets you move around inside of Ableton, and the track controls the actual clips and that kind of thing. And then we're going to want to go to the output, and now it says LaunchPad output because of the name up there, and we're going to do track and remote as well, and this should give you your light feedback if you're looking for that depending on your controller. And now if I actually put in some clips, you can start to see lights show up on your LaunchPad or whatever, ABC40, whatever device that you're trying to use. So hopefully this helps you out, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at iConnectivity.com/support.